Welcome everybody to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast, and in this video I'm going to give you my reactions for the newest trailer that just dropped from A24, Civil War, directed and written by Garland, one of my favorite creatives. He, of course, wrote 28 Days Later, directed Ex Machina, Annihilation, just to name a few. Awesome creative. So this trailer has caused quite a ruckus online, and I just reviewed Leave the World Behind, so you guys could check that out. So I'm sure the conspiracy theorists are having a field day, including myself, because let me tell you, this year is pretty shit. So without further ado, let's see the trailer.
19 states have seceded.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The three-term president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going?
You guys are right. There's a pretty huge. I love this guy. He's from Narcos. I believe he played Pablo Escobar, and he was also in Elysium with Matt Damon. So that's awesome. I also see Cailee Spaeny there. She's in another A24 project, Priscilla, I believe, which is of course the wife of Elvis Presley. Really cool to see both of them.
All across America.
We just try to stay out with what we see on the news. Seems like it's for the best.
And you see, that's really realistic because what people don't notice is war isn't this. Life continues in a way, right? With this horrible thing, people still need to provide for their families, continue their business with whatever way they can. I kind of consider it to be akin to when a lion is hunting a gazelle, right? Or devouring a gazelle. And so the people recording that, they know that they're in danger, but they're still there around that vicinity. And at any moment they could be attacked. So it's a pretty, it's a really tragic thing, but it's realistic. And then plus it's America as well. So that makes a lot of sense. As we can see here, we see a lot of choppers here. So that's where all the money's going, huh? To fight ourselves? Oh, goodness. And then over there we saw, it seemed earlier on, it seemed like people were fighting for water, which is probably going to be, I'm sure resources definitely will be a major play in the Civil War. Yeah. A24.
Citizens of America, the so-called Western forces of Texas and California.
That's bullshit. No way that's ever going to happen. Those are completely two opposites. That's like putting water on sand or shit in a litter box. Completely false. There's no way that could happen. I mean, unless they come to some sort of ideological agreement for something, I don't think it's as surface value as maybe other people are making it out to be. Obviously there's cultural differences, but for the most part, there has to be some reason. And I wonder, Garland, I believe, right? He's from the UK. So I wonder if it's their way, an exaggeration of American politics, or it could be, to try to not add a lot of controversy and stuff like that. What I worry about this movie though, if it's super biased, like if it's California and Texas together, you better show me nothing biased, okay? Because they maybe will show stuff with the Trump hat and MAGA this, MAGA that, I hate you, whatever. But like, how are they going to treat the left? That's my question. And it's kind of funny because I see some characters here already. They look kind of stereotypical Californians. Some of them look as if they were from, I don't know, a Fortnite tournament or something. So that is a big concern. That's a big concern, but we'll see.
Have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens?
That's an interesting scene because it looks like a regular car and they're just talking to the president. That's another scary thing too, because here's my theory. I think if there's an actual civil war, mostly it'll be citizens fighting each other just to be safe and gather any supplies they can when they can. And that'll be controlled by the military. Of course, the military will be fighting each other. And geographically, this is a major issue because if one side of the country has more bases or weaponry or something like that, they already have the upper hand on the other side. So it's a lose-lose situation all in all. And then I also wonder about the invading forces, right? The enemies, how are they going to actually come into this country to take the opportunity. I don't know. So it's a shit show. It really is a shit show.
We're moving to DC today.
And airstrikes, I don't doubt that could actually happen. It seems pretty legit. That does remind me of Handmaid's Tale. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the latest season.
We need to go down there.
They shoot journalists on sight in the Capitol every instant.
And that's really terrifying, actually. People don't really understand that journalism is, once you control the freedom of the press, that's a telltale sign that you are a part of a non-functioning society, a decaying society. When the truth is taken away from you, your decisions are taken away from you as well. Your freedoms are taken away from you as well. Your right to choose. And so this is a very scary thing. So that makes complete sense. I mean, we've seen this from other countries, especially like China, for example. Remember with the white paper protests back in the day? So yeah, that's really sad.
Identity says this is death.
Bloody.
Every time I
See a lot of people use M14s.
survived the war zone, I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
That's a great quote. That's a really great quote, and that's legit true. That's a great quote, man.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What?
I love this guy. This guy's great. He plays such a great villain. He's supernatural, and it's obvious. I mean, with the red glasses, he's definitely. I think I seen him before when I was doing the San Diego Comic-Con blog. I swear he probably was in San Diego. I love those glasses though.
American, okay? Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
And his line delivery is perfect, man. He's just so good at it. He's supernatural. And as we saw, I'm just going to call him Pablo Escobar. As we saw Pablo Escobar with the press badge. I wonder if Kirsten Dunst's character supplied them with something, or she's trying to get them out somehow. And watch, there's going to be like a thing where people could go to Canada. It's going to be a thing where like, okay, you get refuge in Canada or something. It's kind of Handmaid's Tale-y a little bit with a Fortnite twist on it. So really interesting stuff. And I also wonder, this is going to be a little bit like Children of Men. You guys should definitely see that. That's what I think. That's directed by Sam Mendes. I wonder if we're going to see some scenes like that with a little Last of Us flair, where it's really Americana and you're traveling the country and you're witnessing all these things. So I just really hope this movie so far, I really hope it's not biased. And, I don't know, but we're in for a ride. I'm sure it's going to end in a pretty, kind of like a Debbie Downer, because a lot of Garland's movies kind of end that way, except I'd say 28 Days Later, but still, you know.
The Western forces will reach the White House on July 4th.
Oh my God.
Get in the car! Get in the car! Move, move, move! We're gonna hang back.
And also, if this is like an Americana type of quest tale thingy majiggy, that fire right there, it would probably California fire. Like, where does this movie take place? Is it a road trip type of movie? Because you have the California fires. I know we've seen a lot of DC, so that's probably the final destination. Hopefully there's no
I'm not hanging
bad things.
back.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go, 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 go!
God bless America.
First of all, that's a beautiful shot, and I see that they're wearing a lot of press gear or things to note that they are press. I see that as a good opportunity to portray them in this. You're dropped in this world, and hopefully you're dropped in this world unbiasedly through the lens of the press. And so the ideal situation is that the press sees both sides in this. And what honestly, but again, it's California and Texas, so there's probably not like what I'm thinking with both sides. But let's just say if it's kind of in that tone, I think they make a really nice introductory characters to the world that they're setting up. Kind of like how Kamala Khan in the Marvel's Avengers game, rest in peace, she was this introductory character to Marvel's Avengers, and an Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, where your character wakes up and then you're introduced to the frontiers of Pandora. So, oh man, I actually have high hopes for this movie. I think it's a really interesting. It's interesting to do this movie now, out of all times, especially when the trailer just dropped after Leave the World Behind. Man, I'm a little scared. And then we see here it says April 26, 2024. So you could expect a review for that. I cannot wait for this. So it has my interest. This has been a floating topic for a little bit, right? I think still to this day, I'm hoping 2024 is okay. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely in Alex Garland's ballpark. Again, I just hope it's not full of this woke shit or you know, I hope it's more of a humanitarian tale rather than a political tale. You know what I mean? I hope this isn't used as some tool, or there's a lot of commentary on like, oh yeah, 2A. First of all, California's against 2A. They look like they're having a lot of fun with their M14s. I tell you that much. I tell you that much. So welcome to the family, brothers, I guess. And IMAX too. That's wonderful. I thought it was going to be an end credit like Marvel. Well, so yeah, that was pretty good. I can't wait to see this movie. Now, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If you have high hopes for this movie, let me know if you found anything during watching this. And just to note, yeah, this month we have a lot of stuff coming your way, a lot of content. My goodness, I am so busy. I'm keeping busy all the way until next year. So thank you so much for watching. Please drop a like. And as always, I'll see you guys.